New Associated Press polling shows overwhelming distrust of President-elect Trump's pick of Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence. In this poll, only 21% of Americans support her becoming Trump's principal advisor, coordinating the nation's 18 intelligence agencies. Gabbard has never worked in the intelligence community. She's never been on one of the committees in Congress. She's facing pushback on Capitol Hill, also for embracing Russian propaganda about Ukraine, questioning U.S. intelligence assessments, and meeting with now ousted Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad. Gabbard is now the focus of a New York Times op-ed this week called, headlined, "Running Spies is Not a Game for Amateurs." This opinion piece was written by General Michael Hayden, a decorated Air Force veteran who was director of both the NSA and later the CIA, appointed by Presidents Clinton and George W. Bush. His co-author is John Cipher, a retired top-level CIA officer who ran CIA operations in Russia. And John Cipher joins me now. Thank you very much for being with us. It's a very impactful piece, obviously, General Hayden, and you both so highly respected. And you predict that Gabbard's confirmation and Kash Patel's as FBI director could combined jeopardize not only our relations with foreign partners, particularly the Five Eye, our key five partners, but also risk Washington's vulnerability, our vulnerable human spy network. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of the intelligence that the U.S. intelligence community gets is from working with foreign partners, not just allies. We work with foreign partners around the world to give us insights into what's happening in their countries that we can help protect the American citizens with. And frankly, there's going to be concern if the people they work with are not trained professionals that are just looking out for the health and national security, but also, partisans and working for one political party or the other. In fact, we recruit sources around the world who are frustrated with their own government's cronyism and corruption and those type of things. And so if Ms. Gabbard or Mr. Ratcliffe at CIA or Kash Patel, they use this populism to get themselves into power with these false narratives. If they then choose to, run these organizations as professional organizations, the organizations will work hard for this new administration. But if they continue to disparage the workforce, it's going to be a difficult challenge for them.
Is there any way the intel community can push back if all 18 agencies agree on a particular piece of intelligence and Gabbard, as the DNI, disagrees? She can change the PDB, the Presidential Daily Brief. She appoints the briefer. So she has an enormous impact on what the CIA produces, but she's in between what the CIA is assessing, the pros, the professionals, and what gets presented to the President of the United States.
Right. I mean, there's just a massive amount of intelligence coming in every day. So her ability to control all of that is going to be limited. However, there's going to be things, obviously, that President Trump is one of these people who wants to hear only what he wants to hear. Most leaders, they want their assumptions challenged so they can make the best policy. And we've learned that President-elect Trump is not like that. He wants loyal people to tell him what he wants to hear. And so I think Gabbard and Ratcliffe and others plan to do just that. But the intelligence is used not just for the president. It goes to the Secretary of State, it goes to our ambassadors abroad, our military leaders around the world. And so I don't think that she'll be able to control all of those things or skew that kind of intelligence, but it's nonetheless a real concern.
What do you think are the misperceptions that both Gabbard and Patel have about the agencies that they want to run? And we should not underestimate the role of the FBI on counterintelligence and on counterterrorism.
Yeah, in many ways, the misuse of the FBI is more dangerous for the American people. Our intelligence agencies are focused only abroad and trying to provide the best intelligence for policymakers. The real problem here is, in 2016, the Oxford Dictionary put out their word of the year was post-truth. And the problem is if you have organizations who are really focused on truth to power, but you have people who don't want to hear that truth to power, or even worse, nominees that have to accept a lie just to get the job. So if you have to accept the lie that 2020 election was stolen, for example, it's clear that truth is not the most important thing to you. And that makes it very difficult for organizations that are focused on trying to present the best information, the best facts to the leadership. It makes it a very, very difficult place for the intelligence community to be.